Then when you've got Angel screaming, Angel does it again. And
that was something, right?
That was something.
I'm sorry, you canceled the support for the game a month ago.
Why would they even host a trade?
I don't know.
And I sit down and he picks up one donut and eats it. So you want to like QA games?
When the rubber meets the road, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I don't like seeing Mario get his skull smashed.
Oh, I would love
It
to see
doesn't
that.
work.
I would love to
Yeah,
see that.
again, like I said.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Battlefield 1 podcast. I am Boss Cyanide and joined by the Lanky Soldier as always. We are here to talk about RedSec, among other things, in the newly released Battlefield 6. Yay!
Wait, I
Ooh,
just
this is-
realized, did you introduce yourself by Boss Cyanide? Where I always
Yes.
introduced you as Ray Edmunds?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's both. It's the same.
I'm pretty sure people just call you Ray because I've always called you Ray. I've never called you by your game tag.
Yeah.
No.
Shit.
Well, shit, that's fine. Well, that's the intro. That's the intro. Welcome to Battlefield
There
One
you go.
podcast.
Oh, wow. Now everyone knows my tag. Oh, wow.
Oh,
like,
no.
some little research couldn't fucking, like, nobody could pull that up after just a little bit of
like,
research.
Not like you're chilling on Discord and with your game tag all the time. Anyway, so welcome to Battlefield One podcast. We talk about Battlefield.
I'm not the only one with coughing fits. That's a good
Oh,
thing.
you actually hear in the background
I
coughing.
did, because you're not exactly in a sound-treated area, Michael. So.
It's fine. So anyway, welcome to Battlefield One podcast. We talk about Battlefield and only Battlefield. Today we're gonna talk about fucking RedSec. Red sack. What kind of color of sack you like, Ray? Do you like blue, green, yellow?
Prefer the normal skin tone that I have, that I was born with. I'm good with that.
Okay. Well,
That's me, that's mine.
Battlefield
Cool.
prefers red, so they went with red. Okay, so we're talking about the Battle Royale and the Gauntlet thing. So we're gonna do positives, negatives, all that kind of stuff, and we'll just gonna talk about RedSec. We have a lot of things to say. I have a lot of opinions that might be not popular with some people. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that and only that. And
Much like some people that we've played against in quote-unquote RedSecs, we'll just dive right into the fire and get it over with.
haha, good pun.
Inside jokes that if you were a part of our Discord, you'd know all well about.
Mm. Alright, before we continue with all the topics and everything, of course, the usual. So if you're listening to this podcast on any audio platform, Spotify, Apple Podcast, I think Amazon has rating. Anyway, any audio platform that you listen, please leave a rating. I can see a lot of you are listening, but now leaving ratings. And since I started mentioning to you all to leave a rating, you guys are finally leaving ratings. So please do leave a rating if you actually enjoy the podcast. You know, leave a 5-star review and all that kind of stuff, because it helps other people to find the podcast and helps us grow and all that kind of stuff. So please do leave a rating if you listen on any audio platforms. Of course, our socials in the description, you know, at the Lanky Soldier, at Ray Edmunds, VA. And of course, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier, exclusive episodes, early access to future episodes, like Battlefield 1 podcast. Then we, of course, like I said, exclusive episodes to live gaming gathering, all that kind of stuff. And your support also helps and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so just important stuff. Everything is in the description. Every little bit helps. Just saying. And of course, as last and most important, the survey. So last episode I mentioned about the survey. So we're gathering all the feedback with how you feel about the podcast. You know, do you love it? Do you hate it? Is there anything we can improve? All that kind of stuff. We got loads of replies already in the survey. So please, if you have 5 minutes to dedicate, just telling us how you feel about the podcast, please go battlefield1.net/survey, or go to the description and click on the Google Forms document link and just tell us how you feel about the podcast. Just straight up, like, it's all anonymous. It's all, I don't know who said anything, so it's just there to tell us how you feel about the podcast, how we should improve the podcast, and a lot of things will change because of your feedback. So your feedback is important.
I want to do a promo skit for all of our stuff at some point where it's like a Sarah McLachlan rip, and it's just like 5 seconds of your interactive time could help out your favorite content creators while we have like that sad music playing in the background and pictures of us just like.
You know what? We should do that.
I would say, and we'll release it to our Patreon subs. So those who are going to hop in probably get to see that real soon. So you get to be in on the funnies before we roll it in the actual show.
You know what? I'm happy to do the video too with using green screen and all that kind of stuff.
I would talk like just a 30-second
funny.
spot where we just rip on the Sarah McLachlan commercial and just be like, Battlefield 1 podcast is suffering financial hardship as well as engagement hardship, and only you can help out. By just clicking like and subscribe and leaving a simple comment with your feedback, you too can help promote and make better your favorite Battlefield content creator. Won't you please donate 5 seconds of your time?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Well, it depends how fast you are. If
Put the show on and just press mute. Walk away from it. Engagement is engagement.
Well, it depends. Okay, it's a very easy survey. It's just you have to click on what answer you want, and that's it. Or you can put your own. If you want, you can do it like in 2 minutes if you're really fast.
Doing this simple survey will
or maybe
help
even a
out
minute.
Immensely. Yeah, I'm totally down for that. Let's fucking do it. Just
Also,
as gag. Like I want to go back to doing that type of gag content once in a while. So that'd be something great for our Patreons.
You know what? After this, let's talk about. We should do something for the Patreon. But yeah, guys, dedicate 5 minutes.
We can talk about it while we play RedSec.
Well, you're gonna play. I'm gonna go to bed.
Fuck you. All right.
It's so late here. Anyway, so just dedicate 2 minutes, guys, just to let us know what you think about the podcast. And every person that participates in the survey, you either gonna get a free game or a free Patreon subscription for a month. You know, so everything is in that. It's just. At least you're gonna get something out of it. You know, we're not just taking your time for nothing. So yeah, do the survey. Patreon for Patreon. Battlefield1.net/survey, or just go into the description and click on the link. Right. Okay. That out of the way. Battlefield RedSec. How are we feeling about RedSec?
So, hey, you know, I feel like I kind of called it right on a lot of aspects of how it was going to be. I kind of figured it was going to be this heavily squad-based, team-focused type thing, where if you were with a tight-knit group of players who were very competent and knew what they were doing and you were in communication, you could get away with a lot of crazy shit in that game. And I'm happy to report I was right on that front, and I'm happy about that. Does it give me a passion for Battle Royale games? No. Realistically, it's only something I'm going to play when we can organize together and play it. It's not really something I find myself wanting to play solo. We'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. There's a big topic.
That is a big topic. But needless to say, as far as RedSec is the Battle Royale side of it, I don't really find any problems with it. I mean, it has its bugs and its issues here and there, and some of the terrain is fucked up. I find myself getting caught on things I shouldn't be getting caught on a lot. There were a couple of buildings that we've ran into a few times where they were buggy as hell, clipping through walls. Window jump through animations not working, shit like that. But I'm sure the devs were well aware of that at that point. And that's probably been fixed right now. I haven't ran into it since in the last week.
Well,
since the latest patch.
So before we continue, we're recording this on the 16th of November. There's an update in 2 days. And if anything changes and you're going to be listening to this, if you're on public and you're not on Patreon, you're going to be listening this the day the badge drops. So keep that in mind.
So we don't know anything about this shit. This is
if anything changes. If anything changes,
well, that'll be the next week that we get to talk about that because release schedules and what have you. Anyway, as I was saying, it is even duos. You and I have found plenty of success in duos because you and I know how each other play and we can play to those strengths real easily. the classes, the way the classes function and everything. Everybody has a role, and some roles are needed for very specific things, and coming clutch when absolutely needed. There was this hot debate about assaults and their use, and we all kind of came to the consensus that, yeah, assault is kind of nice to have around, especially if they're a decent gunfighter, they're a decent player. They can be stealthy when they need to be, especially when it comes to redeploy towers, because their ability to cap.
I won't call it stealthy when the whole server can hear you, but that's a different story.
Right, but it all depends upon what you're running and yeah. But I mean, as soon as you hit that, I mean, it's a matter of just being able to cap it faster too. I mean, it's putting something more in your favor is what I'm trying to get at, and just having that clutch has helped a couple of times already. I mean, you can't even deny that. Hell, you were in those games when that shit happened. Having the assault was clutch for the resupply tower or redeploy.
Before we go to the positives, like just general package, like, are we happy with RedSec?
I give it a thumbs up. It's like I said, it's not something I'm gonna play habitually though. I mean, it's that I'm not, because again, this type of battle royale, while I'm not the biggest fan of battle royales in general, and I'm not the best at them, I mean, I guess I'm kind of getting better at it. I don't know.
You have to start somewhere.
True, right. But still, am I going to be like, oh, I want to play Fortnite now? No. Am I going to be like, I want to go play Warzone now? No, because
they're going to force you to play Warzone. When season 1 starts with Black Ops 7,
you're going to get 2 hours of my life for that, and
that's fine. You just
it, sir.
You need a comparison.
You get nothing else, and then I will uninstall.
That's fine. You need the comparison. That's the thing. You need the comparison. Anyway, also I haven't mentioned Gauntlet, because RedSec is not Battle Royale only. It's also Gauntlet, and just to like. I kind of want to talk about Gauntlet in of its own thing too, like, because that's we don't do that now.
While it is the Battle Royale mode, it's kind of like its own separate thing from the Battle Royale mode, so it's not even like really isn't the same subject. I don't know.
Okay, well, just might as well go to the positives now. Let's talk about the positives of RedSec in general. One of the positives is, okay, well, it's free to play, so that's a good thing. That's
Highly.
No one really mentions like yeah, because it's free to play, that means everyone can play it and everyone can experience the game, and that's great. So that's one of the big positives. But regarding Gauntlet, I love Gauntlet. I remember months ago I said that Gauntlet will be a really standout mode, because from all the leaks and everything, I said like, yeah, this is going to be a really good mode and it's going to be fun. And I'm glad that people, playing it, and we actually feel the way I felt a couple of months ago. Like, yeah, this is going to be a standout mode, and it is. It's really fun. It's actually really fun to play with.
I had my doubts about it.
I had loads of hope. And I'm glad my hope paid off, and the mode is actually really fun. And speaking of Gauntlet, there was like a tournament happening, organized tournament on Gauntlet, just like, content creators, streamers, whatever, played in a tournament of Gauntlet, and it was really fun to watch, because the mode itself is really fun to watch. It's a really, like, what squads, play against other squads, and the best squad goes on top and everything. That's really fun. That's the different format from a battle royale or a multiplayer mode or something like that. It's really fun. And for how much we play Gauntlet, with all of us, in a full squad, it's really fun. I really like. I like different modes and everything. And I know they will be adding more different modes into the playlist, or what we
rotation of the
rotation playlist. Like, I'm so far I'm really impressed with Gauntlet. I like, it's not exactly what I expected reading from the leaks, because I was expecting it's gonna be like Call of Duty Vanguard Champions Hill mode. If anyone played Vanguard, they like, I imagine it's gonna be something like that. But no, it's more open-ended. I don't know what to call it. So because in Vanguard it was squad versus squad, but here it's like all the squads compete against each other at the same time, and the worst performing squads get kicked. Also, I learned something. So if you're one of the best performing players in that round in Gauntlet, and your team got disqualified because your team is bad, if there's a spot on one of the teams that got promoted to the next round, you can be promoted with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so if you perform really well...
Not that I'll ever have that happen to me, that's awesome.
It happened to me once. So
nice.
Yeah, it happened to me once. Like, my team was absolute dog shit, but apparently I was one of the best performing players on the server. and because they're one of the teams that got promoted, they had like, I don't know, a player got kicked or something like that, or whatever. Like they had a spot.
Disconnect doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Right. Like so there's a spot. They're like, okay, put him on this team, and he can go with the other team to the next round and manage to go to the final. So like, that's a good feature.
Shit.
That's good shit.
That's good shit. That is good shit.
So yeah, Gauntlet is a really positive thing. I love Gauntlet. Playing with friends and everything, like in a full squad, and try to go to the final and win the final. That's cool. I like that.
That's where it's at its peak. I mean, I could even argue like, look, I mean, but then again, this has kind of always been Battlefield's thing, is when you have people who are organized and you're playing organized, that's where the game starts, showing at its peak, because everybody can play to their class's strength. I mean, supports can come revive and, hey, I'm clear. No, I'm not clear. There's a guy around the corner. We can work together in order to clear rooms and stuff like that while still bullshitting and bantering. And the fact that they leaned on that really hard in Gauntlet and the Battle Royale is what I give it the big thumbs up. If it was, and the best part about it is even if you're not in an organized squad, Gauntlet can still be pretty damn fun. It's just not. It's like getting a vanilla ice cream or getting a vanilla ice cream cone, and then getting one with like sprinkles and your favorite toppings on it. I mean, you'd prefer to get one with your favorite toppings on it, a la playing with your buddies in an organized squad, but you can still eat a vanilla ice cream cone by itself, and it's not bad. And that's what Gauntlet is. It's the vanilla ice cream cone for Battlefield. It's great. I enjoy it. I don't enjoy it all the time. Again, a la ice cream. Can't eat ice cream all the time. Can't live off of it. But when I want to enjoy it, it's there and it's awesome. I can't really shit on it. I can't. Like the time to kill, time to death, being able to crawl around when you're down, which is something I really kind of wish they would like carry over to the core game if they're gonna put it in fucking Battle Royale and Gauntlet. I mean, fuck it, just put it in core game now. I mean, I kind of wish they would have.
Did we talk about the crawling thing if you're down? So imagine you're playing Operation Loca and you kill players and they all crawl back around the corner and they get revived. Did we talk about that? Yeah, exactly. We talked about it. I think that's why it's not a thing. Like, I'm kind of glad.
I mean, it would be broken. What?
It would be broken.
Yeah.
Dragging is fine. Let the medic drag you. I think it's fine. Because imagine you just drag around you just go around the corner and get revived. Like, it's just kind of dumb.
Just slowly drag everybody one at a time back while there's grenades flying over my head.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if anything, like the crawl speed could be reduced if it would be left in single player or in core game. Because the reason being is for those times where you're like, or you either have a certain distance that you can crawl, or if you crawl, it speeds your timer up, but not your respawn timer, just your time to death. You can put a request up and get a little bit more time out of it. I mean, there's ways that they could probably balance it out so it wouldn't be that broken. Like, I'm not talking about somebody getting frag grenade at the bottom of 2 flights of stairs and being able to crawl up that shit to a medic. I mean, that's fucking excessive. But they should be at least be able to, like, I don't know, get around the steps and, like, a quarter to a halfway up for it before the game's like, all right, nobody's coming for your ass. You're done. Because those deaths in kill box, and I feel like it would help alleviate that problem of being revived and being instantly shot by the guy who shot you. But then that brings the argument in of having down states, because then that guy would normally be able to get a kill confirmed on you and drop you in RedSec. So there's probably, there's another problem with it. I feel like it should be there, but that's me.
Yeah, but
it's a dumb idea.
Remaining on the positives for RedSec, regarding Battle Royale, I kind of like the idea, like, okay, I like that we can equip our weapons in the game, so that's nice and everything.
Yeah.
But you don't need, so if you're a free-to-play player, right, you don't own Battlefield 6 and you just like start playing, I kind of glad you don't need your own weapons to perform good because of the weapon kits. So what's a weapon kit? So basically, weapon kits are like a token or something like that. I don't know what to call it. Like a little bag that you pick up, and it's like either
it's a toolkit.
It's a toolkit, whatever, right? And there's like different ones for assault rifle, SMG, and so on, and all that kind of stuff. So you can upgrade your weapon to either have more capacity for the ammunitions and all that kind of stuff, bigger mag, all that kind of stuff. Or you can upgrade to have less recoil, all that kind of stuff. That means you can.
Well,
pick,
that's even that's not even right because you will get a choice between two things that it does to the gun.
yeah, one of those things.
You'll
yeah.
see your positives and your penalties to it, but it'll always be one thing where it's just like accuracy, and you'll get one scope, or if you want long range accuracy, you'll get a different kind of scope, or if you want accuracy, you'll get one kind of like a short range scope, or if you want capacity, you'll get a big magazine, or if you want handling or shit like that, you'll get grips and stuff. So I mean, it varies from case to case. It's not just you pick it up and you get a whole gun kit to it. So I mean, it does. It's like it adds like maybe like 1 or 2 parts tops to the gun, and it ups the quality of it. So it's a good way in order to upgrade guns, which is why it's great as free-to-play that you don't need to have the base game to get a good loadout going. I mean, that's kind of neat, too, because there's been games where we just haven't hit a goddamn custom loadout drop box, and we still had decent guns out of the game. I've even managed to put together my personal favorite style of IAR, just picking those boxes up. So, I mean, it's good. It's great.
Yeah, so I love the fact that everyone can perform good regardless if they have their weapon or not. So just upgrade your weapon, and that's it, and it's fine. You can win gunfights just fine. You have your scope, you have your weapon, and whatever. I like that. So and if you really want your weapon, you can go to the loadout rocket thingy. I don't know what to call it. It's just like it's a rocket that lands on the ground, and you pick up your weapon from there. Like I don't know what is it? Is there a rocket?
It's a supply missile.
It's a supply missile. Yeah, sure, whatever that is. You can pick up your weapon from there, and just like yeah, that's fine. So it's a choice. So I like that. That's a really positive thing. And I do love the inclusion of classes. Like the classes like actually have purpose in this game. It's like recon does all the reconning, and then you support. You know,
It's all the reconning.
Yeah, it does your reconning, scouting, and whatever.
The phrase you were looking for, my good sir, is they do the reconnaissance work.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Anyway, it's
reconning.
Reconning. Yeah, it's just fucking spots Doritos. That's all I care about. And if support gives ammo and quicker revives, then you have your engineer, easier to deal with tanks, and of course assault that can revive quick and all that kind of stuff. So I like that the classes have different abilities, different purpose, and of course I still think engineer is the best class in the game right now. But I do like maybe it needs.
But you would be wrong. Because without support, they ain't got no more rockets, except for dying.
You know what? I think support is the weakest class right now in
I think
the Battle
your
Royale.
face is the weakest class.
I mean, debatable. Debatable.
I get where you're coming from. So they're more specialized because on account of what they do. Support really is just give me ammo and revive me, and that's really about it. There's very few guns that play that class very well, and if you know them, you know them. If you don't, you don't. I mean, that's all there is to it. I've kind of started falling in love with Assault as of late.
I'm slowly leaning to Engineer, honestly. If we're playing squads, I'm going to be Engineer, just because I think it's my type of class. Assault.
You are the tank driver.
Yeah, that too. And speaking of, I do love the inclusion of actually. You know what? People bitched about. Oh, we don't need tanks and LEVs or whatever in the Battle Royale.
Are you fucking kidding me? They make that shit way more entertaining. The helicopter alone is hilarious.
I'm glad. I'm glad. You know what? Like people say, what Battlefield is and everything. You know what? You need Battlefield without vehicles. It's not really Battlefield. So I'm kind of glad the tanks and everything are in the Battle Royale section. And then honestly,
they're paper
fine.
Tigers.
They're fine. Like yeah, they can do a lot of damage. But boy, two players with 2 engineers or like whatever, just like that committed to kill a tank. Yeah, easily. The tanks are so easily killable. You don't have that much ammunition to begin with, unless you have a supply station nearby.
Yeah, unless you get lucky and you get near and and the end circle is near a supply station. Like, I see tanks having tanks and IFVs having their viability up until end circle. But I mean, the thing is it's a matter of luck. Is if there's a supply station that's nearby, and you can keep the damn thing alive long enough to get to it. Because oftentimes, when you spawn in a vehicle and you get in the vehicle, a fucking mission drops on your ass where they want to kill your ass because you're in the vehicle.
which I kind of like that.
So yeah, I mean, you kind of have to fight for the damn thing in order to keep it. You earn your right to keep it at that point. If you fend off the squad or you fend everybody off for that time frame, I mean,
there was
plus it's an easy way in order to knock out the chaff.
There was a moment you weren't around, but it was 3 of us, I think. We were playing, and the last circle, it was 2 versus 1, me in a tank. So me in a tank against 2 players in a final circle, and I barely had any ammo in that tank. Unfortunately, I could not win that game, but I was so freaking close and almost carried us to the win with that tank. If I would won that game with the tank, it would be fucking fantastic. But no, like I would be screaming from joy. Unfortunately, I could not win that game, so those players won the game. But there were moments like that, like with literally me in a tank, limited ammo. Like I think I had 2 tank shells and 0, what's it called? Not LMG, heavy machine gun ammo, whatever. I had 0. I literally had 2 tank shells. God knows how much ammo placed in me, and against two players in the final circle. It's like, yeah, it was an exciting moment. Funny enough, I actually died from the fire, not because I didn't realize that the actual fire, like just being near it, actually does damage. So I looked at the recording, like, wait, how the fuck I died? They're like, oh, I was so close to the circle.
Yeah, they kept you at bay on purpose.
Mm-hmm. So just because you're not inside doesn't mean you're not gonna die. It's like I was like thinking, as long as I'm not inside, I should be fine. No, being near it is like, yeah, it's like ticking and everything. You're gonna take damage. I'm like, ah, fuck. So that's how I died. So that's how I lost in the front. The fuck, I could have won that game. But anyway, I'm glad the vehicles are in because, you know, fighting a tank, fighting a LAV or whatever in a battle royale, you know what? It's actually really fun. It's actually really fun, and people are like, oh, they're OP and everything. No, they're fine. I think they're in a really good state, much better state than they were in Battlefield 5 Battle Royale. Was it Firestorm? Firestorm did not work, in my opinion. This works. The way they work in this game, as in just controlling them and this
a smart, strong squad can and will keep a vehicle alive for a hot minute. A squad that's not organized and together and doesn't support the vehicle's not going to last long. That's just all there is to it. So, I mean, to those that are saying that it doesn't have its place or it's not helping, then clearly you're not contributing, because on the opposite side of that spectrum, a squad that works together can easily take care of a tank.
Yeah.
Because it's not like anti-armor isn't all over the goddamn place. I mean, there
is actually.
As soon as a vehicle is on the map, I read somewhere, I think I saw one of the devs say it on Twitter, that as soon as a vehicle spawns out of a trailer on the map, the spawn rate of anti-armor gadgets and shit like that goes up.
Yeah.
To help compensate for it.
The game actually drops supply boxes with
so it's not like the game doesn't give you tools and ways to deal with it. I mean, for God's sakes, RPGs like rain down in that fucking game, even without having to call in the anti-vehicle crate. Because those start spawning more frequently too. I've noticed as soon as a vehicle gets on the map, those show up more often in crates. They start replacing the smoke screens a little bit more often. So that being said, I mean, it is very fucking smartly designed. It is very well thought out in a lot of aspects. Is it 100% perfect? No, I think the mission system in RedSec is kind of
yeah. Don't jump the gun, because we're gonna talk about the negatives. Yeah.
I don't want to jump the gun on that. I'm kind of running out of positive shit to say about this, because I mean I can't glaze it any harder. I mean, it is very good. It's a battle royale that, again, I find myself I will be playing, but only with the boys, and that's it. No.
Before we go to the negatives, I do want to mention one more positive: the map. I really like the map.
Yes, I do as well. I find the map. I do really wish, and I get where everybody's getting that, and I feel like this is just kind of like a childhood wish of ours. The whole wish of opening that bad boy up for either 64-player Conquest or just saying fuck it and having that be the only map that does 128-player Conquest. I kind of am on board with that, but at the same time, it's a very fucking novel idea. I doubt they're ever going to do it. Would I like sections of that pulled out and used?
Which Eastwood. That's part of the Battle Royale map.
Oh.
Yeah, Eastwood is part of the... Is it? I think it is, yeah.
I think so. But even still, because there's some spots of it that are clearly pulls from other maps, like the oil refinery. I think I made the comment on one of the games we were playing at that the oil refinery we were running through. I'm like, yeah, this is a fucking copy for copy part of one part of Firestorm, building for building, layout for layout, and it is. So those, my argument would be like, we already kind of have those, because I mean, if you look real carefully, there's hints and inspirations of certain maps in certain sections of that map. I can see it. It's just one of those things my brain goes, oh, that's familiar, and I don't call it out. And now that I hope I have made you aware of it, look for these things. They exist.
I really like the map. I think the map looks good. The playing area is good. It has variety. That's the most important thing in a Battle Royale map, variety. I mean, sure, it's still the same theme of, like, it's California, right? It's California, all that kind of stuff. It's like, it's still a bit of...
California!
It's still a bit deserty and so on. Like, that's fine. But it still has that variety, like, with different, locations and everything. You have your town, you have your, like, military base, you have your airport.
You got town, you got a golf course, you got your military base, you've got a satellite installation, you've got an oil refinery, you've got... the only thing it doesn't really have is a heavily forested area, which... whatever.
Yeah. But overall, I like the map.
It's got coastlines. It's got boats.
Also,
granted, they're only ribbed.
The leaked map of the leaked layout of the map many months ago did had what's it called? Nausea canals on the map. So we can assume that in next season or in the next couple of seasons we'll get map updates, of course, to the map. And one of the map updates will be probably Nausea Canals that will be included on the map, which got leaked, but it's not in this game, not right now. So, which basically opens...
What I'm saying. At this point, I would really hope they would just say fuck it and just make Nausea its own map.
Well, I'm guessing if they're adding Nausea to... Well, they could. I mean... Well, technically, if they really wanted, they could port...
The only thing they'd have to do is add
maps.
in the APC, the Amphibious Assault Vehicle, and it would be fine.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, Nausea Canals might be coming. Okay, so that's all the positive, like at least the quick positives I can think of right now. Negatives, though. Negatives.
The negatives.
Oh, I have so many things, Ray. So just because I enjoy the Battle Royale section of this game and the Gauntlet version of it and so on, boy, the negatives are really annoying. Like, I did say on the last episode, I still think Warzone is a better Battle Royale, but this game has potential to be much more entertaining in the long run. In the long run, this can be equally, if not better, than Warzone. That being said, there's so many negatives, and I do have a list here of, like, I mean, we're gonna talk about the stuff. Well, for example, you know what? Just for the audio listeners, I'm just gonna say the list. So, pinging is horrible. The mission selection is bad. Menus are horrendous. For example, each member doesn't have a color for their name and everything. It has numbers, but I think they should have color. Certain game mechanics are not smooth. The transitions, the parachuting, the looting, all that kind of stuff. The rewards for the mission, I think they're too random. I think they should have some sort of, system or something like that to make it more predictable. Redeploy towers, for example, when you revive someone, you can't use the same revive tower and later on, like, or maybe let engineer fix it or something. Then audio, don't get me started about the audio. Audio is trash. The audio is absolute
Footsteps.
trash.
Oh my god, that game.
Okay.
I can hear my squad mates so much better.
You know what's funny? So when the game came out, when the first time played it, a week later, when I finally came back from holiday, I was like not sure what people are saying because I heard footsteps all the fucking time. I always heard them. No, like the footsteps were working for me. I was like, okay, why are everyone complaining about audio? This is fine. But as we continued to play and everything, there were moments I started to like, wait, I could not hear that guy. I could not hear the tank. I could not hear anything. It's like, I could not hear the guy around the corner. And like, okay. So now I finally understand the complaints. At first, I did not understand, but because I was hearing everything. And I will always use the default mix for the audio. But the audio right now, absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. And of course, I mean, we're going to mention that later. but apparently changes are coming. But at the moment, audio is really, really bad. It's okay at the start of the game because you kind of hear everything because it's a bit quiet. All the players and everything are around the map.
The more it goes on, the tighter the fire gets around
Yeah.
you. I mean, the worse it gets, and it's atrocious. And first off, I don't understand why, of all things in the mix, the squad footsteps and your teammate footsteps are so fucking loud compared to your enemy footsteps. Because
I don't
if
understand that
anybody, anybody who doesn't know, I'm deaf in this ear, which means I'm very like hypersensitive in this fucking ear, so I can hear the differences easily. And you and I have superhuman pulled that shit out of my ass in matches where I've been like, everybody shut the fuck up, and I'm like, over that way, and there's the guy. And the only reason why I can hear it is because everybody's got to stop. Everybody's got to stop moving. And it's not just that my teammates and my friendlies are a lot closer and they're that louder. It's just, it feels like in the mix, the friendly footsteps are way louder and they need to be toned down a lot. Because it is very hard to hear enemy footsteps in some cases. Now, that being said, if there's a lot going on, I get it. That should be something that's, hard to hear. But in the middle of nowhere, nobody's firing, nobody's shooting, nothing. There's just the wind, the birds, and occasionally some pops off in the very far distance, 200, 300 plus meters out. I should be able to hear somebody at full fucking sprint running up on me.
I just realized, I hope this is not a thing, but do you think maybe certain classes have better footstep audio?
If it would be anything, I would say that Recon with Spec Ops would be the only one that would make sense, because Recon Spec Ops is the only one that has...
But I don't like that. Footstep audio
But I don't like that either.
Yeah, it should
I
be
don't
universal.
like that either. Well,
this is just speedball. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe that's why sometimes I hear audio, because I switch classes. So maybe certain class has better footsteps. I'm just guessing.
I don't think it's that. I don't think they carry different walking. I mean, the walking sound, there's minor differences in it. They use different sound effects so that they varied it so that it doesn't sound like the same footstep over and over and over again. So they sampled dozens of footsteps. I can tell that much. And no, it doesn't vary from class to class. It's still that jingle jangle thump 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 thump. It doesn't matter what class it is. As far as Spec Ops being able to be a little bit quieter, I would argue, I mean, that's kind of the point of the fucking class. And if anybody's trying to be stealthy, then I would say don't hinder that, because I'm working for Spec Ops for that exact reason. Now, that being said, if I'm still quiet and paying attention, I should still, in some aspects, be able to hear them, because nobody can walk 100% completely, absolutely quiet. You take advantage of when there's other noises around you in order to move and move faster, but you don't. Moving completely quiet, it's there. You're gonna hear shit, especially if there's nothing going on around you, is what I'm trying to get at. So I feel like that needs to be tweaked a bit.
Speaking of audio, though,
and noises cutting off too, engine noises for tanks and shit. Just not
that's
playing.
a bug in multiplayer too.
I get that. Yeah, that is a bug in multiplayer as well, and it's annoying as shit. Sometimes even the background audio will just get lost. The background gunfires.
Yeah.
That's not even the actual firefighting in the game that's happening. It's just fucking weird. That's unsettling.
Also, speaking of audio, so I said menu and everything is atrocious. So not only footstep audio is really horrible, some of the sound effects in the game, I don't understand what they mean. Like, for example, I hear a lot of Medal of Honor 2010 sound effects in the game. Okay, one, fantastic sound effects. Always love them. After hearing them in this game, like in Battlefield 2025, and hearing those Medal of Honor 2010 sound effects, gives me so much joy. I love it. Problem is, I don't know what those sound effects mean. I don't know what they mean. They mean that someone's redeploying, or a player landing, or we complete a mission, or something like that. I don't know what. There's so much audio pollution everywhere, including in the menus and the HUD and everything. I don't understand what certain sound effects mean. I don't understand. It's nice hearing them, but I don't understand what they mean. And the reason, for example, I say Warzone is still a better Battle Royale, the reason is because when you play Warzone, you understand what's going on just from the game telling you what's going on. So if your teammate gets downed, you will hear a specific, very distinct sound effect that like ding, like that your teammate is down, or that he got finished off and sent to the gulag. That's a different sound too. So get downed, different sound effect. Sent to the gulag, different sound effect. Redeploying, different sound effect. Like there's a sound effect on everything, and the game tells you what's happening. Just perfectly tells you what's happening.
In this, it's just like a radio cutoff noise sound effect when somebody gets downed, and that's it.
Oh yeah, like
and it's not
your character speaks. Yeah, your character
speaks.
Like,
that
cool idea, but you need to refine it a little bit more. It's a cool idea, but I can barely hear it. It's just random noise at this point, which I understand. Maybe that's what they're going for that realism, my immersion, which is fine. But again, you kind of need to maybe improve them a little bit or make them more distinct, because I don't know what the sound effects mean. So when I play Warzone, I know what the sound effects mean. I fully understand what they mean. It's you might bitch about Warzone for many different things, but Warzone has like specific.
At least it's fucking clear as to what it wants you to do and what's going on. I give it that too.
Yeah, well, all the sound effects and everything are made with intent. There's intent for everything that you hear. Sometimes with RedSec, playing Battle Royale, I have no idea what the sound effects mean. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's nice to hear those sound effects back from 2010. Brings me joy. But I don't know what they mean. And they're not distinct enough for me to understand. Is it a negative sound or is it a positive sound? I don't fucking know.
Did somebody around me just died? Is this just random radio chatter that's going on in the background in order to kind of fill the void? I mean, and if that's the case, I mean, that's another thing that I would feel like needs to like not happen, and especially in BR and Gauntlet is white noise filler background noise. That it should just be the sounds of what's going on in the match, and that's it. If it's not, that's a problem, especially in those modes. Multiplayer, it doesn't matter. MP general base game doesn't really matter all that much.
I can play multiplayer with no sound and do well. That's how easy multiplayer is.
Battle Royale and
it's the different
Gauntlet,
beast.
You need your fucking hearing in order to know, in order to be able to tell where everybody is. Unless, of course, you have a good recon that knows how to use their drone, but again, that requires a squad that is tight knit and in communication for that shit to work. When you have all that together, you can see the positives of everything really easily, but when you don't, the negatives come out really fucking hard, and it slaps you in the face really hard, and it makes the game not very fucking fun. So, and I'll get into that later.
Speaking of gameplay and all that kind of stuff, gameplay loop. I like the gameplay loop of the Battle Royale, but you already mentioned missions. Okay, here's the thing. I do not hate the idea of the way the missions work in the game. It's fine. I think that's fine. And also, I do not mind that people say like, "Oh, the missions are not intuitive enough." You know what? They're the same level as Warzone missions in my eyes. Like they're very simple. As long as you do them, it's fine. But I think you can do counter missions, so you can stop someone doing the mission. So it's like, oh, you want to do your mission, or you can want to stop the enemy player.
You can go fuck somebody else over.
Yeah, which is nice. I like that. So I like the idea of missions in this game. It's fantastic. Problem is, like I said, audio notifications. I have no idea what they mean. The missions, like how you interact with these missions, is not very user friendly and not very intuitive in that sense. So like a lot of new people, like when they land, they pick up their weapon, pick up their place and everything, and just go somewhere. The game is not really telling you, like, yeah, there's like on the corner that says like, oh yeah, no missions.
Yeah, you get a little blurb that pops up and goes, missions now available. Here, press the M key if you want to.
So you have to press your map key to open the mission tab and select the mission. I don't think that's a good design, honestly. And also, that's why a lot of people, I'm really angry with playing with randos, because they the new players and everything, they're learning the game. I understand that, but a lot of people don't understand that hey, we have a mission that we can do and we can get some good rewards. And the reason you want to do these rewards, you want to get your weapon kits, you want to get your own weapon, you want to get vehicles, you want to get plates, you want to get anti-air. Anyway, you get anything you can to make yourself more powerful in the game. Obviously, if you die, you're gonna lose that, but that's the point. there's a point doing these missions. And that's why sometimes when we play, for example, I get annoyed, like, well, guys, why we're not doing the mission? Like, we need this. We need to stop fuck around. Just do the mission. Yeah, let's do the mission quickly, get our weapons, at least upgrade our weapons, and then we can go fight, and then after that we'll do something else. But the mission idea is great, but the way it's designed right now, it's not very user-friendly, and just the fact I have to open my map just to start the mission, I don't think that's good. You know what? I understand they did not want to do the same thing like Warzone, like, oh, pick up a contract or something like that on the floor, and you do the same thing. Sure. But maybe I don't know.
I mean, might I play devil's advocate for a second? Because admittedly, weirdly, I haven't ever launched a mission. But when you pull up the map... No, I've never launched a mission. But it shows you where the missions are going to be generally located, right?
No. Okay, I noticed that it's kind of location
So it doesn't at least like go, okay, hey, it's this general...
Okay, so the way it works, I noticed... It will give you the closest mission around the area. And if you learned, where the vehicles are, all the spawns or whatever...
You can use that knowledge in order to exploit and get what missions you want.
Yeah, so there's a bigger chance you will get the mission that you want. Problem is, all these missions are random. So let's say everyone lands in different location. They know what they want from that location, right? Everyone gets the missions. But because the missions are random, to every squad... Some squads literally can do a tank mission straight up as they land. And I'm like, okay, so they can do that. And we're just doing a shitty-ass weapon kit thing that is longer than anything we have to do. Like, for example, for them, right, I don't know, go destroy those 3... antennas, whatever.
Yeah, which is arguably the dumbest, easiest,
easiest thing ever, and they get a tank. While we trying to either destroy an MCOM or realign the antennas, and we get like some weapon kits and some anti-air, while they get a tank. So
I think what it needs to be is it needs to kind of be changed to like a per number tiered system.
That's why I want.
Like you need to do like 3 regular missions in a row to get a vehicle mission. I feel like that would kind of balance things out a little bit more and kind of reduce the number of vehicles that would appear in RedSec, because that is kind of a complaint that I agree with. It's very easy to get sandwiched between 3 different squads with 2 different vehicles, and you're fucked. And I'm not saying that wouldn't happen with a 3-mission system, but I feel like squads that are capable of doing that and getting to like the last quarter or the last third of the circle, they got that shit when they landed.
Predictability, that's what I need. So,
yeah.
Listen, you can make it a bit random and so on. That's fine. You can keep them random, but you need to come to some sort of system that, hey, if I do this enough, I do get a specific reward or something that I know what I'm working for. Because there are moments where you can do literally 6 missions in a game and don't get a tank. Or
right.
Don't get
and
I
don't want the
thing.
alternative, which is missions give points. Points can go buy things. I don't want buy stores either, because I don't feel like...
Depends.
I don't like it. There's enough drops and enough random loot boxes in fucking RedSec in order to just be like, nah, I can get what I need.
Speaking of loot, I don't think the loot is like, okay, so when Battlefield Labs Alpha was the playtest was happening for this 2 months ago, I said that the loot looks very scarce. Like it doesn't look enough that for you to loot anything. I still think there's not enough loot in the game.
Really?
I don't think there's enough.
I think it's just fine. I really
think
do.
we need a couple of more boxes there, because there's some moments where you actually land somewhere and there's nothing to loot in the whole fucking area.
Right.
It's like, give me more boxes or something like that. And
I do like that they instead of just having boxes, you can loot the vehicles and the box trucks and shit.
Oh yeah,
too. That's nifty.
So people complaining that there's not enough plates in Battle Royale. I have to disagree with that, because you guys not looting the vehicles. I notice a lot of people don't know that you can loot the vehicles. Vehicles is a clutch if you need plates. always loot the vehicles.
Well, I
and
mean,
you
just
have-
about anything. Plates, mines, grenades, fucking... If you loot an ambulance, you're almost guaranteed a goddamn defib and a plate.
Yeah, maybe that's guaranteed on specific, depending on the vehicle. But yeah, if you need plates, vehicles, just loot the vehicles, back of the vehicles. Always plates, always plenty. So that's why I disagree with this lack of plates. Or you guys don't know that you can loot the vehicles. That's the thing. So that's I might change my opinion later, but that's how I feel. But yeah, regarding loot, I think it's a bit scarce, especially in the last remaining circles and everything. There's like nothing to loot. And not only that, also I kind of want them to the boxes to reset, like maybe a minute, 2 minutes later after they were opened, because there's so many moments where you get back, right? Where you got revived or something like that, and you land somewhere. All the boxes are open, and that's it. You got
right, because you and your boys have already tore ass through that area. And,
yeah, there's
so
nothing
other
like
squads, and I get that.
Code does it, so I don't know. I don't see why could not work here.
Yeah, and I think the only other thing that would maybe kind of help that is, because I mean, but then again, that would be kind of too OP. Like you just get a smoke grenade that you call in, and you get one of those crate drops that just gives you 4 random guns. Because I mean, that would kind of alleviate the problem, but at the same time, I could see that kind of being a little bit exploited. So I would say to balance that, how about we add, you do a mission and the next mission is you get a crate that has one of those in it at least on top of the other mission rewards so that you can help your squad mate out get better guns, or even just guarantee a custom weapon drop. That would be substantially helpful. Be able to guarantee that would help resupply and re-equip somebody at least with a custom weapon that they're accustomed to. I mean that factor right there is clutch and great in RedSec and whatnot. It's being able to customize your own weapon and have that dropped in. Now, I know that's not a new fucking mechanic, but I mean it does come in clutch and it's great. So that would help out a respawn player instead of just here's a random gun close to what you had and your pistol.
Yeah,
off you go.
I'm not a fan of that, honestly. So I think it's fine if the loot boxes reset after a certain amount of time. I think it's fine.
The regular all right, hold on. I'll even amend this for some.
Oh yeah, there's a
regular
difference between
standard
them, I forgot,
boxes. Yes, let those reset. The class specific boxes, maybe never let those reset because those are special. They're rarer, so I would say.
Okay, so what's the difference between them? What's in the class one?
The class one will always give you loot specific to the class who opened it.
Right.
The orange boxes is just general boxes, but the red and black cases, right?
Yeah, the red and black.
That's why if you pay attention, I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but if you pay attention when you run up to it and you open it, like a little roulette wheel kind of like runs in, and it always stops on the class of whoever opened it. So whoever opened it is going to get, like, let's say a support player runs up to it. They're probably always going to get an LMG. They're going to get an MG kit. They're going to get something that's going to help with the support class. Smoke grenade launchers or the incendiary grenades or shit that's tied to that class. If a recon opens it up, there'll probably be a bolt action in there or a DMR or something like that. That's how that works. I've noticed that, and then I looked up on YouTube, and it was confirmed to my face.
Okay, all right. I mean,
no shit.
I mean, I saw them, but I was like, this looks like a normal box. So what's so special about it,
Right. I mean, if you could call one of those in, that would be fucking baller. But the thing is the problem that I have with the class-specific boxes is not only can anybody, not only does that box set the loot specific to the class who opened it, but anybody can run up and just yank that shit, and that kind of defeats the purpose of the box. So I feel like maybe there should be a fucking 5 to 10 second timer on that, so that only the person who opened that box can get that fucking loot for like 10 seconds real quick. Because having a random run up and you're like, oh my god, I've been looking for a fucking box for like the first 5 minutes of this fucking game, and everybody else has gotten boxes, and you're like, oh, a squad box, this is, or a class box, this is fucking great, and you open that bitch up, and you're like, oh, cool, a gun I could use, and your squad mate just runs up at that right moment and grabs that fucking bitch, and now has 2 primaries. I think that's a big problem. So put, like I said, even if it's just 5 seconds, give them long enough to look at the fucking loot and go, okay, this is what I want. Because you're going to grab what you immediately want first, all the time, every time. It's usually going to be the gun. So put that in there. Hell, in some cases, you just tie it so that I would say any loot box at that point, but that's
Yeah. Well, I want to say, okay, the weapon
refluting is a practice we will never part of.
Yeah. Weapon progression is a bit slow, that's for sure. It's the same thing as multiplayer. Pinging is horrible. Oh my god, pinging is
General
horrible.
communications
It's horrible.
without microphones is fucking horrible.
It's
but
horrible.
that's kind of always been Battlefield's problem, but it becomes
Not that it's
glaringly obvious in here.
Yeah, it's
glaringly obvious.
It's not good. It's mainstreamed, or I don't know what I'm looking for, but it's, at the same time it's not. It's intuitive enough for casual player, but it's so garbage at the end because it's like you're trying to do this but you can't because the game doesn't let you to ping it. It's not good. It's the pinging
I can't
system.
spot aircraft when it's clearly an enemy aircraft. And this is a grievance for fucking multiplayer too in general. So this is not just
Yeah.
RedSec. I mean, this is fucking spotting in general at this point. It is very difficult to ping aircraft. It is very difficult to ping vehicles quickly enough in order to be able to just pop up, go, there's the fucking tank, and pop back into cover. It was easy. It was seamless in previous entries. And it needs to get back to that point in this, especially when it comes to vehicles. Pinging. Let's, first and foremost, in RedSec, especially in RedSec, players need to have their own individual color for pings.
Yeah.
Not a fucking number.
Yeah. I hate that.
Because we've had this multiple fucking times where this has been this confusion, especially when Abe decides to run drone. And he should be able to multi-ping if he wanted to. Like, even just be able to, like, hit a button on the controller and multi-ping and have multiple pings of the same color and have those numbered. But having the player number tied to the ping, for one, dumb. Stop that.
Just have color, because I
colors.
I can't tell about who's pinging what, because
Right.
Also they're barely visible too, like, which is like not good.
There's no noise associated with them. There's no
noise,
little squad mate has cited this, unless you actually. Now the danger pings come with an audio warning, but I don't know if those play to the other squad mates, because
Do they come with
think
audio warning?
Yeah, if you double ping, sometimes if you double ping danger, sometimes your character will say something like, I don't like that over there in that general direction or something like that.
No, wait. Your character. I don't hear any notification that.
Right, so that's a problem.
Going back to Warzone, when your squad mate in Warzone pings something that is an enemy, you do hear the sound effect. There's like, oh. So he pinged that there's an enemy player there or something like that. You hear the sound effect.
That's the point of a ping, is to get someone's attention
your character
to something.
your character says something, of course, for immersion, but I don't hear that ping.
But but other players don't hear that.
No, they don't hear your ping. Yeah,
desperately needs to fucking change. For one. Two, as far as ping states go, I like the fact that we have single-click ping for rally points and general directioning, and we have double-click and we have double-click pins for danger pins. I'm going to sit here and vehemently scream from the mountaintops. Rally pins should be for squads. Danger pins need to be for teams. Spotting needs to be for team. Take the squad-only aspect of certain spotting mechanics out, because I feel like that is a huge problem in this game in general, too. I don't care who wants to fight me on this. 3D spotting is a necessary evil in this fucking game. It is for people and classes, or not classes, and squads and teams that don't have everybody sitting in a microphone. So we need things in order to combat that lack of communication. So we get tools to do that. Pinging is a great tool. It's great in a squad. And that needs to change. If I'm dying and I need to be revived, and I'm sitting there waiting on a revive, and I see somebody coming up real quick, should be able to throw a danger pin out real quick, and my teammate, because oftentimes it's not a fucking squad mate that's coming up to revive me, and we could talk about that in another episode, about some of the lacking of general team play that's been going on and is annoying the hell out of everybody. We'll get on that at another point in time, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be fun. But anyway, I should be able to throw that danger pin down so that medic doesn't run into an obvious trap. because that is another big problem that is going on. It's body trapping, and people
Which
will
is
do
intended.
that.
I know.
It's intended, and I
know
get
that's
that.
intended, yeah.
But there should be a way in order to help fight that, and spotting is one of them. Now, if you're on a microphone with your squad mate, you can be. We do it all the time. Man, there's a guy on my body right there at that pin. You can see it instantaneously, and we know exactly what's going on. We need that functionality across the whole team. If a recon class is spotting something, the whole team should be able to see it, which I'm sure is the case with the drone and tugs. Actually, it is. But when it comes to pins and certain Comoros things, like even certain Comoros things should throw a ping. The ping, the map icon for I need ammo should be way fucking bigger. The icons and the notifications for ammo and health should be way fucking bigger than what they are.
Yep.
The audio notification needs to be way louder. Hell, even if
More unique.
even throw up one of those stupid little suppression notification things with an icon pointed towards the player who's calling for it. That would help communicate. One of the big things that this game is lacking right now is the ability to communicate. Battlefield needs that. We need to kind of work. We need to kind of take the next step in order to get that. The basics are there. We just need to fine tune it a little bit better so that it's better. And pinging, I feel like, is a great first step. Again, rally pings are great for squads. Keep them that way. Danger pins need to be for the whole team. The whole team needs to see that shit.
Still remaining on the negatives, just a couple more, and we'll move to the next point. How you feel about the class abilities? Because I think they need a more redefining. When I say class abilities, for example, a sword class can revive you faster.
They can capture points. They get objective points done faster.
Engineer can do like open specific cases and everything for
and delete vehicles.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Recon has their drone, which is very handy, and that's almost like.
I think they're not. Because I like the idea, but I don't think they're fully expanded. I think they're lacking stuff. For example,
they're not fleshed out enough.
Yeah, for example, and like I was talking about the redeploy thing. Okay, well, we already mentioned that redeploying your teammates is really exciting and fun and so on, and it's really clutch. That being said, when you use, for example, one of the redeploy stations, or someone else, you use. Well, here's the thing: if the enemy players use the redeploy station, you can't use the redeploy station anymore. The game switches to the next redeploy station somewhere else. I don't think that's a good thing. I think you should be able to use the same redeploy station as the enemy players because it's only fair. Okay, all right. Maybe you don't want to give it to them. Maybe the game doesn't want to give it the redeploy station. Let the engineer repair it or something like that. So that's what I mean by class abilities.
It would be something that would have to be slow. I mean, for it to work and to be balanced out, I feel like it should take just the same length of time as it would to deploy somebody in order to fix the station. I don't feel like there needs to be a big... Now, hold on. I don't feel like there needs to be a big to-do and a big fucking bell over your head that says, hey, I'm here repairing the station.
No.
That would go too far. But yeah, I feel like that would be a handy thing. I think the other thing that classes need in order to kind of help flesh them out a little bit more, and I'm kind of hoping this is something, and I'm actually not really hoping, I know this is something they're going to expand on because they've already said that they're going to. Class abilities, class ability sets, they've already said they're going to try and expand on some of those a little bit.
Well, yeah, because each class only has one.
Right, and you can, and it's clearly there in the UI where you can change the subset of abilities, so clearly we're getting more as time goes on. So that I kind of don't want to shit on the class system quite yet, but at the same time, if you guys are working on these class abilities, we kind of need them a lot sooner than you think.
This is going back to the same thing we've been saying for the last month. This game is fucking rushed, including this.
Yeah, it was thrown out the door really quick.
This was rushed. And here's the thing. That's why I haven't mentioned in my initial impressions at the start of the episode. I should mention that, this Battle Royale mode, I said that I think it's too fast. Not because the game was not ready or whatever. I just think sure, you know what? It's doing numbers and everything, sure. Someone's going to say, well, doing the numbers, it doesn't matter. Sure. But I think it just came too fast. You can clearly tell the developers had no time to finish everything what they wanted. There's a reason why each class only has one ability, like one ability tree, whatever you want to call it. There's some stuff that is really lacking, and all that kind of stuff. Like, so it's clearly...
It's got its shortcomings.
Yeah,
it's not perfect.
A lot of corners were cut to make sure this game comes out in somewhat okay playable state, and we'll worry about the content, about the depth of it later. As long as it's there in the public, that's all that matters.
But in a way, I kind of want to think that they did this on purpose.
Maybe
to kind of just, because as a concept usually, and I mean as the thing usually goes, is don't just wait to perfect a thing, just get it out there. And in this case, if they're going to take the community feedback seriously on the matters, they're going to seriously like consider making these changes to it, then I can't really sit here and nod at the agreement of it was rushed out too fast. I personally think it got out the door when it needed to get out the door. The base game came out, they made sure there was nothing completely game breaking or crashing with that. Then they went, okay, now while we have one team working on the feedback for base and multiplayer, we've got another team working on RedSec. Clearly that's the thing. It's not focused, it's not divided focused effort. It's independent studios that are doing this shit. So now RedSec is doing the exact same thing. Yeah, it might not have been ready. Yeah, it might not have been completely cooked. Yeah, I get it. I at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we have to just accept that it is the norm. We will always forever get uncooked food immediately, and it will be cooked to perfection over time. We've accepted it. We fought that battle. A fellow Discorder and I were talking about this earlier, because about the fact that there is a lot of shit going on in gaming that we fought against virtuously and to no avail. This is one of those things. But that being said, because this is live service, I'm getting heartburn saying this, but as much as it is, it's a necessary evil again. They're going to get this perfected. They're going to get they have ears to the ground. They're listening to us. They're not being dumb about this. This is a slow burn. Battlefield kind of always has been a slow burn. So I want to give them time in order to finish fleshing the nuts and bolts out as far as this goes. I know there's more class-specific stuff coming. Bring it on.
One more thing, though, as we're finishing on that negatives. So we said the game is rushed, obviously. For example, which I am kind of surprised, no stat tracking, no dog tags, no rewards or anything.
No reason to take pride in your wins, which is kind of weird.
There's no rewards for squad wipes or kills or doing something.
Well,
or
no,
missions,
you get 400 extra XP for a squad.
Oh wow! Oh
wipe,
yeah! Oh, XP,
but that's
fantastic. Not like
woo and a ribbon.
Sure, man. Fucking. Oh boy, I'm oozing already. I'm wet from just excitement. But yeah, there's no rewards for winning. Okay, here's the thing. I know the stats track because you can check the stats. How many things? Okay, well. If you're performing really well and you have enough wins, you can see yourself in the leaderboards. So they're tracking wins in the background. They are. But you can't check that in the game. You can't check it anywhere else. You can't compare it in the leaderboard with anyone else in the game. There's nothing. There's no stat tracking. There's no dog tags for winning the game or whatever the case may be. Yeah, there's achievements. Boys and girls, please don't talk to me about achievements. I don't give a fuck about achievements. I don't give a damn. It's a waste of time, waste of development time. I don't want achievements. I want something to showcase in the game. Like, hey, I want this amount of games.
Even if it's just a little box, okay? Because if you go to your profile page, like right about here-ish, you have your stats or your win-loss stats and your best stats. Like even if they just added a little bar up above your best stats and just says BR wins, duos, and quads.
Yeah.
And leave it at that. I mean, that would be acceptable in of itself, so that you could be like, yeah, I got 39 fucking Battle Royale wins. Boom.
Also, why the stats tracking the same as multiplayer? Also makes no fucking sense. They connected.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense either, but I don't know. I feel like this would fall back into the whole why did we ever get rid of Battle Log thing? Because Battle Log would be great for this.
Oh my god, this Battle Log would slap so hard.
While we're going to talk on some negatives, let's get the big elephant out of the room while we're at it real quick and talk about the big fucking negative that we were talking about earlier in Discord. And that's the general negative amongst this franchise, that EA decided to just completely gut and dismantle any and all tools related to attempting to build a fucking community around this game. I'm going to ring this bell again, and I'm going to keep ringing this bell. Give us back platoons. Give us back the ability in order to team organize. Give us this back. This is the biggest negative with this game right now, and I've pointed it out multiple times. And we need this. I don't care if it happens in like the next couple of months, but for fuck's sake, tell us that you guys are at least working on it. We don't want Battle Log back. I mean, I get it. If you don't want the toxicity of Forum Field, I can't blame you. I mean, it kind of was a bad place in some aspects back then. Let's not lie to ourselves. But that being said, at the very least, the platoon management side of it, the ability to have your team's own emblem and tag, and ability to organize team games, I feel like that is something that would not only help the general server population stay decent and avoid the need of bots, but it would also help Portal out a lot more too. Hey, you want to come play against this organized team? God, do you know how many times we had people who would just try to join against us in pub games because they knew we were there and they wanted to try and do the challenge and try and play against us, even though knowing full well we were all sitting in TeamSpeak? I mean, it was
Good times.
That was good times. It's part of the fucking deal of it. I mean, Friday Night Battlefield used to be an organized thing where we would organize, I mean, not loose, and when I say organized, I meant loosely organized teams. But for the most part, we were able to find each other in servers. We could get on in teams and squads with our buddies. It was easy, it was seamless. And you could still do that in Battlefield 4. Why the hell can we not do that in Battlefield 6? Can we please, I'm begging you, EA, DICE, Motive, everybody involved with this, please. I know it's a scary thought. I know community building scares you guys, because then you need community managers and all these other people. But for the most part, the people who are begging for communities can intermanage that shit themselves. You don't have to be officially affiliated with us. Just let us have the tools to start organizing. Let us start putting teams together. Let us start building our groups and communities. I still see people with AOD in their goddamn gamer tag to this day. That shows you just how strong the community building was back in the day. Now, please, let's let that shit come back. And while we're at it, get spectator mode working, you fucks.
Official one, at least.
Officially, at least. I don't want a green screen mode. We're not asking for that.
Oh,
I mean,
for that. I will gladly take that.
Oh, get fucked, you thumbnail whore.
Hey, hey, it's easy. It's just included.
But a basic spectator mode at the very least.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother argument. That's a whole nother reason why we want spectator mode in of itself. But in spite of that, bitches, we're going to start cooking soon. Anyway, any negatives that, like, yeah, the most important, well, the last mention, it's lack of stats, like, I like, or lack of rewards, like, you don't even get this reward for winning, like, what the fuck. Anyway, any negatives that come to your mind before we go to the last remaining stuff? No, I spoke my piece on the last big negative. That was the lack of the community ability is the one thing that I find vehemently, horribly lacking in this game, and it needs to come back. And that's the last I have to say on negatives.
Forgot to mention, I do think the armor plating is too slow.
Yeah, for the amount of amount of BBs that bounce off the damn thing before it breaks. But
that's what I meant. Like, remember when we talked about, like, many months ago?
It either needs to be slightly stronger, or you need to be able to replay that shit just slightly faster, slightly, not a lot, just a little bit.
Finally, you saw the light.
A little bit.
Exactly. You finally saw the
yeah.
light. It
sticks out way worse in Gauntlet. But that being said, anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, that's what I said 2 months ago.
Last topic we've got for this discussion.
So as we talked about the positives and negatives of RedSec, what's the future for it? So I personally enjoy this, and I'm looking forward to all the future updates that will happen. But at the moment, Ripple Effect, I will say, or Battlefield Studios, let's say Battlefield Studios. Battlefield Studios
The people working on the game.
The people working on this game, they said, hey, changes are coming, and here's this is the things we want to focus in the next, we're targeting to release it in the next month. So the Winter Offensive update, which is 9th of December. So they're trying to achieve these things in the 9th of December update. Will they achieve that? That's a different story. But that's their goal. Because if they're already talking about it in public, that means it's already being worked on. That's how it works. It's not being worked on, they will not say a shit. They will not say a peep. So that means, because they mentioned the future updates that are coming in the game, the things we're going to mention now, that means they're already being worked on and it's coming one way or another. It might not come in this future update on the 9th of December, but it might come after New Year's.
Soon.
So, one of the most important things for RedSec specifically, so audio performance, they said they're going to improve the audio, levels and everything, footsteps, vehicles, the sounds are consistent, all that kind of stuff. So optimize the audio, as we discussed. The audio is fucking garbage right now, absolute trash. So hopefully this will be one of those fixes that makes the audio much better. Battle Royale solo mode is coming. They are reviewing solo mode pacing and difficulty. So now they're in the last stages of optimizing the solo mode, for like, do we need vehicles? Don't need vehicles? Do we play classes? Don't we need classes? So they're just optimizing now the solo experience before they can release it. So they're in that stage right now, which I already said. Actually, you know what? No, let me mention the things they mentioned and we can go bit by bit. So solo mode is coming. Casual Battle Royale mode is coming. Oi. Okay, dog. Okay, so basically it's Battle Royale with bots. That's what's coming. Okay, I'll say my piece. Armor plating. So they're reviewing the current action time. So basically, armor plating is too slow, all that kind of stuff. So they looking what they can change. They make it a bit faster. Maybe they make it even slower. I hope not. Don't God forbid. So they're looking at that, and they're also looking at the tank availability. So they're exploring like adjustments if the tanks are too spam, like you get a tank too spammy, too fast, or whatever the case may be. Just they're looking at the data, right? Checking if the tanks are too easily achievable or not. So those are the things that are coming in the future update. At least they're aiming for the 9th of December update. One way or another, these things are coming. So audio performance updates, okay, that's obvious. Okay, we both agree audio is fucking shit. That needs improvement. Now, Battle Royale solos. I personally do want solos, duos, trios, and quads. I want all four sections be available to matchpick anytime and at any point, including solos. I want solos, I want duos, I want trios, I want quads. I want that primary list of modes to be available in Battle Royale. Nothing else. I want these. What's your opinion about that? For me, because sometimes I can't play with the randos because I'm sick of them because they're fucking brain dead, fucking annoying.
Which I get. I get. I get it. Believe me, that is the reason why when I talk about Battle Royale, I make it specifically clear that I really only play when we're organized and able to get together and play as a squad. It is not a very fun experience to play with randoms, and I wholly understand that. I don't want to say that's kind of the point, but it kind of feels like that's the point. It kind of feels like this game is built around, okay, we need to have squads and teams, and people need to be in communication and in synergy for everything in order to flow and work properly. But you have no ways of organizing yourselves together and getting in groups other than outside of your own guises and Discord servers in order to get said groups together to play, which can be a fucking schlep in of itself. Yeah, the game's integrated into Discord. Cool, great. That doesn't really help the problem of, again, a platoon tags being able to post, when the team wants to play together and when certain modes will be played and practiced. Those things helped us out immensely. Now, that being said, do I think putting in a solo mode is going to fix this problem? No, not really. And I say that. And I get why you would say that. And believe me, I understand that. But I want you to hear me out on this. First and foremost, RedSec at its core is very team-focused, team-oriented. If you look at every aspect of RedSec, it is very highly team-oriented. To take the team aspect out of it, I believe personally would be gutting a lot of core aspects and core fundamentals of RedSec that make it unique and individual from the rest of them. The game is very fun. Again, when you have an organized 4-man squad and you're in synergy and things go well, it is an absolute fucking nightmare when you don't. But one could throw that argument out there for general multiplayer as well. Let's not kid ourselves. Multiplayer is tolerable because it favors more the lone wolf play style. But for the most part, it is fucking miserable playing in a squad with randoms. If given the choice, anybody would rather play with people they know or play with randoms, they're going to want to play with people they know. Period. So, I don't feel like solo is going to solve the problem. I understand there's a niche, there's a demand for it. I understand why there is a demand for it. I also don't feel like it would help with the staying power overall of the game. Because the problems that I aforementioned, the fact that the game is mostly designed corely around team play aspect, needing an engineer to get into certain vaults in order to get certain loot, making it easier to destroy tanks, the recon having a drone, making it easier and better in order to spot enemy teams, the support player being able to throw ammo down, because let's not kid ourselves, that's all anybody's going to run in solos is support. It's fucking pointless to do anything else. So, for solos, I guess we might as well just get rid of classes, right? Now where are we at? Now we're Call of Duty. Now we're Warzone. And at that point, it's logical to put the argument out there, well, kids, if you're coming to Burger King and you want McDonald's fries, you're going to have to go to McDonald's to get those fries. Burger King is not and should not try to make McDonald's fries for you, is basically what I'm saying. It's not in its core menu, baby. It shouldn't be done. I don't think it's going to help with staying power. Triples, I like that idea. Now that I feel like can help a little bit.
Apparently Battlefield Labs playtest was in trios. The more you know.
I don't feel that would be detrimental to the game. But solos, I don't feel like it would be something that would stay forever. You would, and sorry to say this, guys, just like those of you who screech about closed weapon servers, you're going to find out exactly real quick what happens when Glitz Glamour and the realization that barely anybody plays that shit shows up. Because, again, anybody who really wants to habitually play solos... Dude, the new... isn't Call of Duty's new fucking Battle Royale going to be coming out soon anyway?
Well, there's a Season 1 updates happening for Black Ops 7 anytime soon.
All right, there you go.
Days, but
realistically,
anyway,
guys, if you want to play solos, there's your bag right there, and it's free to play too.
Here's the thing. For example, with solos... the problem is with solos in majority of Battle Royale games is that the pacing is different from your typical duos, trios, and quads. That's the problem. I know Warzone back in the day experimented with solos and introduced different, like there was like, I can't remember, what was it? Champions Road or something, I don't remember. But basically they changed the mechanics for solos to be more engaging and more fun and different from the duos, trios, and squads, because it's solos. So solos naturally, by nature, are more ratty, more campy, more slower, and all that kind of stuff, which makes sense because it's solos.
Right.
So it kind of makes sense to change the mechanics a little bit to make sure that solos kind of has the same pace as duos and quads and trios and all that kind of stuff. But I will gladly enjoy so I kind of want solos, because when you guys not online and I'm playing by myself, I want to kill myself. I was really playing with randos. I don't understand how you can be this fucking brain dead. I don't understand why.
I get it. I
don't understand. But that being said, solos will be just there just to entertain me a little bit until you guys come online so we can play together. But again,
it would be novel for you. It would be novel. It really would. It would basically just be, it really wouldn't be, it would be like an appetizer for you. It wouldn't be something you'd probably play that often. Just those instances where you want to play BR, but again, you want to play solo. So, not that I really like having to use this argument, because I kind of feel like a jackass for saying it, but again, just like, Warzone is there. Fucking, Fortnite is there. There's so many single-player battle royale experiences. I feel like if Battlefield would throw solos in and lean into it really hard, they would be kind of shooting themselves in the foot as far as, again, their identity and what sets it apart. I don't feel like it would be I don't feel like you would enjoy it as much as you think you do. I really don't. I feel like you would be like, well, I mean, this is just your base. I might as well just be playing PUBG or some other shit. Is what I feel like a lot of people would come to eventually, and it would just be wasted time.
It depends what kind of changes they do to solos. If it's just solos straight up, as in duos, squads, whatever, then yeah, probably not. But the point is, I think you should have it. It's just an option at the end of the day, because other battle royales are doing fine. Granted, Warzone is not doing great with solos because Warzone is a bit different, but Fortnite, PUBG, and all that kind of other battle royales, they're doing just fine with having all these options to play. So what's the problem with Battlefield? Battlefield Identity. Here's the thing: solos is not such a thing that is exclusive to some battle royale. It's just a mode.
No, I get it, but also at the same time, Battlefield never really was about, and I know some people are kind of going to be really angry about me for saying this, but it's the truth. Battlefield really doesn't support the lone wolf play style that well. That's, again, more a Call of Duty thing. Be real. Being real. You can be a lone wolf in Battlefield. It's possible. You can do it. But it's a lot easier in other games to get away with. With Battlefield, everything flows and works better when you're, again, in a tight-knit squad. You're in the community. You guys know how to play together. You know when to throw ammo down. You guys can read how each other's are fixing to play and the routes you're getting ready to take. That all brings the core shine of the franchise out. And I feel like if they want to lean more into the lone wolf play style, then another point of it is, again, they're sacrificing identity where they shouldn't be sacrificing their identity.
I know Battlefield will always saying Battlefield is more fun with squad mates and everything. That's promoting squad mates and everything. But realistically, Battlefield was never really such a deep squad heavy game.
No. It wasn't. It's not that deeply involved. I guess, but at the same time, it shines a lot brighter in those circumstances.
True,
too.
but that's with every game, though, in my opinion.
Battlefield has its specific luster to it. I mean, again, those clutch moments where
the idea, I guess.
It's been
it's just an idea.
It doesn't happen that often, but it still happens.
I mean, when it happens, it's magical. Yeah, when it happens, it's magical.
It's great, right?
Because I'm kind of glad they're working on solo, but I hope they will change some certain mechanics to make solo a bit more fun.
They have to.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong of solo experience being different from duos and everything else, because it's a different experience for obvious reasons. Because it's solos, it's a different mentality. So I'm okay with changing the mechanics for solos.
The other reason why I'm kind of against the concept of solos, and everybody else is using this argument for other things that are being haphazardly tossed in as far as modes, so I'm going to pin this one to it as well. I don't think it's necessary because there's already enough fucking modes in this game as it is, and the community and fan base is divided up enough that it is as it is, that certain countries and certain places in this world cannot spin up certain matches because there ain't enough fucking people playing it in order to get a match spun up. And with this whole controversy around bots, I now reinforce my stand even harder.
Okay, we can move to
bots just need to be treated like players, and let's just suck it up and be done with it. Not everybody lives on the west coast of the United States, the east coast of the United States, or in the busiest population centers of this earth. The people that don't should still be able to play this fucking game.
Okay, so we can move to the last topic of this episode.
The casual battle royale mode.
Right. So let me say my piece. Let me tell straight to people. I hate this. They should need. So they're saying they're exploring the idea. No, stop. Don't explore the idea. And no more casual modes in battle. Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it turns into a fucking sweat fest anyway. It's
so
the sweatiest players play casual.
Multiplayer, you know what? Who gives a fucking shit about multiplayer? Casual breakthroughs there to make challenges much easier. You know what? I don't give a damn.
Right.
Fine. Who gives a shit? But when it comes to Battle Royale, having it as an option is gonna be a bad thing in the long run. Now, of course, before people are gonna say well, you don't have to play it. Okay, let me read this thing I wrote on Reddit that I just fully disagree. So, I know this the discussion about. So, this is what I wrote on Reddit saying about casual Battle Royale being included in the game. I quote myself, "It will ruin the core Battle Royale experience in the long run, unless you add ranked mode. It splits the player bases and gives a certain community an ego boost which will only push game ideas that no one wants. Call of Duty Warzone is fully abandoned by the same people that complained about sweats in the core Battle Royale experience because casual Battle Royale playlists were not engaging enough. But they never returned to the core Battle Royale, and Warzone right now is basically a ghost town. The main purpose of Battle Royale is to be the last man standing. Adding casual will not only split the player base, but it will also devalue the whole purpose of a Battle Royale, winning. Winning means nothing in the end if they're basically those wins are given to you. They're just given to you because bots, who gives a damn? So what's the point then? And of course, someone will say, it doesn't affect you. Why you care? Just go play normal Battle Royale. It absolutely affects me. It absolutely does. When the last time I played Warzone, like a couple of months ago, it's because I can't freaking find matches, or they freaking take ages to find like matches. 5-7 minutes, sure. SBMM, skill-based matchmaking and all that kind of stuff, sure. But it takes ages for me to find matches. Sure, I can matchmake with randos, but again, it's the same thing. They either quit when they die, or they brain dead, or whatever, and I'm basically being punished for not having friends or squad mates that actually want to play a Battle Royale properly, to be the last man standing and do your best in the Battle Royale. And I will not play casual mode, in Battle Royale because it offers me nothing for me mentally or physically as a player. I rather play single player, honestly. And when I finally find a match with real players, like in Warzone, it's either cheaters or absolute sweatlords, because all the lobbies, like, all the casual players that like scream about sweats, they're not playing the core, they're playing in casual era, and basically normal core Battle Royale becomes a ranked mode, and it's just it kind of, sure, you might enjoy that, but how many people gonna enjoy that when you just spawn in, you get fucking destroyed, and you go back to the lobby, just like
another 7 minutes of matchmaking right in hand. Yeah,
exactly. It's like,
and it also plays in again in that argument that I said earlier about having singles with Battlefield Battle Royale. You have to consider how vast, how much crap people have to consume in this world, and you're taking this partition of people, and now you're going to subdivide them even further, and it kills games. So that's why I said earlier, like I said, they need to be way more conservative as far as adding game modes to this game. If people aren't playing it, then it needs to go. Give the options to be able to create that game mode in Portal, so that, okay, let's say, God forbid, people stop playing Escalation. Not that it would ever happen, but let's just say, God forbid, people stop playing Escalation. If I want to play Escalation, I should be able to make those modes in Portal and have an Escalation server. But that also feeds into the argument of needing a server browser and better community tools. Oh, you guys, the Escalation community, people that just share the Portal servers in and amongst themselves. I don't want them to be relying on Reddit and other social medias for this in order to be organized, because it's so fucking decentralized. It's so hard in order to find these experiences. And Portal in of itself is suffering from this problem. And that's another reason why I say something akin to Battlelog needs to fucking come back. Help promote these experiences. Help promote this shit. Because as it is right now, I have not played a single fucking Portal experience that's been an actual game since launch. Reason being is because there's so much chaff to filter through to find anything, and half the time when I do find something that looks remotely interesting, nobody's fucking playing it. So if I want to spin it up, I'd have to spin it up with bots. Well, now let's fall back into the bot argument about bots existing in the first place, and you guys see why it's so fucking pointless. So we need to keep things as centralized as possible. If a mode's not working, toss it. Move it into Portal. Move it into Community or something else. But don't hold on to it just because it's there and it quote unquote should be there. If it's not working, don't waste time on it.
just for example, if it comes to Battle Royale, adding a casual Battle Royale mode, it just devalues the whole experience in total, because
even more.
Because people say, oh, but it doesn't affect you. Don't care, whatever. I just want to, enjoy and so on. But go play normal. I can't, because you're all fucking playing casual, and it takes me ages to matchmake. And the only people that want to play Corp Battle Royale are, sweats people. Well, sweats.
Right.
People that want to compete.
Ask the people who play fucking closed weapons right now. Ask those people. Ask the people who want to play specifically just hardcore. Ask those people how much it fucking sucks right now. Because the player base is so divided up. Like, there's no formal for these modes. And we're going to keep dividing and dividing and dividing and dividing. I mean, I exclusively play Escalation and Conquest and Rush. It's going to be very hard for you to draw me to another mode that's going to suck my attention away just as much as those. But there are people in this world who will jump around from mode to mode to mode to mode, and unless there's some magical night where everybody gets together in the same mode, I fear that there's going to come a time where I'm going to want to jump into a game of escalation, and I've got one of two paths ahead of me. Either I'm going to sit in queue for 10 minutes in order to play what could probably amount to a 10-15 minute fucking match, or it'll get populated with bots until more players jump in. And honestly, if it's the route that gets me in game and gets me playing and gets me having fun earlier, I'll take the fucking bot route. Go ahead and flame me for it. I don't care, people. It's a necessary evil again.
Thing is, it's because it's the nature of Battle Royale. As soon as you add casual,
but Battle
stuff,
Royale is the different cow of the whole ordeal.
It's a complete different thing. That's the thing.
Because I ask, what the fuck happens when there's just bots left in the server? Does the game still play out?
Exactly.
And the AI tries to finish? Could I sit there and spectate and watch the bots kill each other? That would be fucking hilarious a couple of times.
It can happen in Fortnite.
Right, but after 3 or 4 times, that novelty's going to wear off, and I'm going to go, okay, this is a waste of time.
Speaking of, in Fortnite has bots, but it's not intrusive. It's not a separate mode or whatever. Sure, there's some problems and everything. Don't get me wrong, but it's still the same mode.
They do basically what happens in Battlefield right now. They populate in order to get a game going because there's not enough players in order to formally start the game. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong.
I mean,
with that.
sure, you can't populate in the Battle Royale. I get it. But just because
now
because
here's
it
one
exists.
thing. Now here's a hypothetical. What if? How about in because think about it. The question is going to be, how would this work? Would you have quads in that you would have you as a player, squad lead, with 3 AI squad mates? Which I think wouldn't be that bad, or is it going
What's
to
the
be?
other option?
You have a total of what is the normal? What's the max? 60 players? No, it's 36, isn't it?
In what?
No, for Battle Royale, what's the max player count?
100.
100 players? Okay, so we'd figured out how to mathematically divide that up so that you have an equal number of squads. You'd have half the squads be human and half the squads be AI. I'm kind of curious which way this would go. Get what I'm getting at? Because one is a significantly different gameplay experience than the other, because in one, they're all just cannon fodder. The AI is going to get hunted down and killed relatively quickly, but in the other hand, where it's a single player
so you mean like
that is leading a squad of AIs. Right.
Distribute the bots equally to each squad.
Right. So if you've got a party of 2 and you jump into this game mode, then you'll get 2 bots in order to fill your 4-man squad out. Whereas if you play solo, you'll get 3 bots in order. And here's the thing: if you're lone wolf, you don't want to redeploy them. You don't fucking have to. Nobody's forcing you to do it.
See, that's fine. I
feel like that would work better than just having half the team just be humans in squads and the other half just being AI in squads. I feel like that would kind of balance the game out a little bit better and make it a little bit more enjoyable.
You can do that as like a LTM or something like that, sure. But you know what? But as soon as you add casual Battle Royale, thing is, it just devalues the whole experience. Not because it splits the player base or whatever. It's just like, listen, it's a Battle Royale. The point is to win the game.
It's to play other players. Yeah, it's a PvE thing. It's a PvE. Sorry, not
listen,
PvE.
You might
PvP.
you might get 30 fucking kills in a match. Cool, you won the game. Cool, against the bots. What did you achieve? Absolutely nothing. As a player, as a human being, nothing. You did I had fun. Listen,
but
man,
it's a novelty. It's going to wear off over time. You're going to realize that it's not. I mean, I'm even realizing this with casual breakthrough right now. And we talked about this before. We've come to that conclusion that casual breakthrough has its place. It's great in order to be able to just quickly upgrade guns, figure out how guns work, being able to warm up. I use it for warm-ups because it helps my aim. You can help yourself aim better for better multiplayer matches. I mean, granted, the AI behavior is janky as fuck, but again, it's basically target range is what it is. And that's what I use it for. But even then, I don't really care about winning those matches at all. I don't care. We've talked about how these games kind of should be played out in order to min-max the ability in order to maximize how many kills and how much experience one could get out of these matches. But winning, there's no reason to care. I'm not playing against other players in order to win. Now, once in a while, we'll play and there'll be that one sweat who thinks they're hot shit and wants to just give me a ration of shit. And then I go, okay, I'll sweat for 5 seconds, put you in your place, and then I'll go back to my hidey hole and start capping bots because that's all I really care about. I don't go for player kills in casual matches. I'm after bots. Bots give me kills. Kills give me XP, which give me gun XP. It counts. It works. It's great. So, but before we start meandering into other things, I think we kind of need to close this out because we are graining on a little bit on the long side. So that being said, we're going to touch a little bit more in depth on some of this stuff in some upcoming episodes.
Yeah, just to close the topic on the casual battle royale. Don't. Just don't.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. The Battlefield Studios, the Ripple Effect. Please don't.
Please don't.
For the sake of longevity and just to end the conversation. Listen. If you want to add retention, let retention for these casual players so they can have more fun. What about redefine the missions to make it more sense that they feel like achieve something in the battle? They might not win the game, but maybe they can achieve something, which Fortnite is pretty good at that. So do that. Just don't do casual.
Or like I said, the ultimate answer to all of this is, again, community tools. Give us the ability to organize with these players who don't want to play with randoms so that they don't have to play with randoms. A lot of these core problems would be alleviated if we could have our community tools back.
Thing is, the community tools is also not the answer because a lot of people are not part of the community. They just want to play.
I get that. But, I mean, there are people who are going to be interested and want to get more in depth. And the thing is if you want to grab the general populace,
that's a bigger conversation
then they need to further embrace it. So I feel like, again, this is a topic for another episode because not only does Battlelog need to return, but there needs to be a page, there needs to be platoon promotions and shit like that in the main page where you could get groups together that specifically play these modes and stuff. But anyway, we'll touch on that on another time. We don't want to drag on anymore. We've taken up enough of your time, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, thank you guys very, very, very much for your time. We love having you guys around. Those who are watching the recording stream, thank you guys very much for your time. Our Patreons, thank you very much for your support. And again, everybody like, subscribe, leave engagements, leave comments, fill out the survey. If you've got anything specific you want us to talk about, let us know, tell us. Join our Discord, talk to us. We hang out, we chat, we game, we organize. We wanting to start doing more community events. Speaking of community building, we want to start doing more inter-community events with our fans, with our fan base and our listeners and everything like that. So we definitely want to get that shit rolling even more. So join us in our Discord. That being said, I mean, I've got nothing else to say. What about you, my good friend?
Nothing. I want to go bed. I'm tired.
Beautiful. You go get yourself some sleep. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Battlefield 1 podcast. I am signing off. Good night, everybody.
It's time to tell you all about our amazing Patreon that is helping us keep the show going. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier.
But yeah, episode 47. You paid for this.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I don't care.
In my defense, I didn't know it was broken or it was going to break upon squeezing it gently. Battlefield 1 podcast was rebooted in March of 2023. We learned a lot of lessons from our previous shows that consisted of 41 episodes, and we've been building amazing foundations for the future with this current show. There's a reason why we're the best Battlefield-related podcast available on Spotify and anywhere else. We've also had the honor of being listened to by DICE, Ripple Effect, and other developers as well. Now, we want to share even more with you through our Patreon.
And I've never seen her, so I would be like crying and yelling
and I will not be the same person I am right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that kind of emotion. I know we're emotionally close and everything, but I don't think we're that emotionally close.
Yeah, that will be an experience of its own.
We want to thank everyone that has joined as a free member or subscribed to our Patreon in the last year. The support is greatly appreciated, always was, and always will be. It's amazing, and it only motivates us to continue with our Battlefield journey. By simply becoming a free member or even subscribing to any paid tier, you're not only supporting the show, but you're also getting a lot of content back in return.
Right, because Call of Duty gets so annoying sometimes, I actually got so desperate I installed League of Legends again.
Oh my god.
The perks of any tier is you'll get ad-free early access to all of our future episodes. You can already listen to the previous episodes ads-free as well, simply by being a free member. There's no more waiting, no more interruptions, just pure unfiltered Battlefield content straight to your ear holes, from our mouth holes, and anywhere else. You know, it's amazing, isn't it?
The only reason why CTE did as well as it did back in the day, guys, is because it wasn't locked down to secrecy. Those that couldn't participate were still able to see what was going on. That's the point that I'm getting at.
We're also giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into making the Battlefield 1 podcast or any other content we produce, from planning sessions to recording mistakes and everything in between. You'll get an insider's perspective on how we bring each episode to life pretty much from start to finish.
And the reason why I'm saying
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault.
It's all my fault.
It's all your fault, right? You ruined the whole show. We need to cancel it again.
Just gotta can it for another 8 months again. Just appear out of nowhere with
we need to cancel it again.
Colors.
Ray, what the fuck did you do?
And that's only Battlefield. We're also offering access to our exclusive Patreon podcast series, The Live Gaming Gathering. This is a show where friends and special guests get together and talk about everything from the video game industry to movies and, whatever else is on our minds at that particular time. With more than 40 episodes already available, there's hours upon hours of content for you to listen to.
All right, I think we need to move on because we've been kind of on this subject for about the last 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
We got a couple of things in order.
Are you feeling better now? Let this
Yes,
team off.
I do feel better. Oh no, wait, one more thing. For example, Angela. We were in discussion.
I'm not going to mention any names.
Trust me, these are some of the most fun and amazing conversations we have ever had on the show. Because it's just us being us, relaxed and actually having fun. Almost like you're sitting alongside us with the conversation. Yeah.
So the reaction from the Fortnite community is like, okay, every time we see a Cybertruck in the server, it's our mission to drop everything we're doing and send that player back to the lobby.
We also believe in keeping our patrons informed, so we post monthly recaps to let you know what you probably missed during last month's episode, and we're making sure that you're not missing anything important. Just recently, we opened a brand new Discord server where people can talk to each other and get all of the latest updates about our content or the Lanky Soldier channel. Find the link in the description of this episode or at our Patreon. No subscription needed.
You
have been measured.
Yeah, you've been measured.
Because we're confident that you'll love the content we're creating, we're offering a free trial that you can use at any time. We believe we're making good content that will make you stay, and we would not be offering free trials if we didn't think so.
I've seen a lot of people literally get excited, like, you know what? This looks very familiar, clearly ripped from somewhere, but damn it, that looks good.
So, if you want to support the show and get all of these amazing extras, head on over to patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep delivering the content that you enjoy. Thank you for being part of the Battlefield community, and thank you for being a part of our community, and we look forward to seeing you on our Patreon.